Off of that, guys, today's Thursday. What is today, the 13th? The 12th. Thursday, the 12th. Couple of things that I think that we should touch base on. A lot of garden breaks right now. Lowe's, garden centers. We need to make sure that we are in our description putting exactly how many breaks there are, what sizes the breaks are on. So, let's say you have 8 breaks and 3 of them are on 3/4 inch and, 3 of them are on 2 inch and 2 of them are on 1.5 inch, right? We just got to make sure that we're being very specific on that. Another big thing is the scissor lift. I want everybody to get a scissor lift if they can. I want money. I really like money. I don't know about you guys. I just watched Idiocracy, so
It's such a good movie.
Constantly says I like money. And it's
I like money.
Yeah.
What if they got a very nice ladder, like one of those stairwell ladders? So everybody.
I mean, those are great and everything, bro, but we are not actually supposed to be on those per Lowe's policy. And if you could get to it from that ladder, you probably don't need a lift. But I would like y'all to get a lift. Now, what is going to cause us to need a lift? So your extension ladder goes 20 feet, okay? So if it's 20 feet, or really if it's 20 feet, I'd probably rather you get a lift. That's kind of dangerous. If you're actually at 20 feet and you're maxing your extension ladder out, we could probably do a lift.
There's not very many spots on the line. You
Yeah,
can
how
actually reach
stable
safety
is-
with that anyways.
How stable is it?
Exactly.
That last job I did with off the ladder the entire job. No, I'm a lift guy. I ain't doing it.
I mean, there's a time and place for everything.
Well, that was way.
So if you cannot safely do it off of your extension ladder, then you go for a lift. I just literally put that in like 5 minutes ago.
Awesome.
I'm about to trim it out all around it too.
Paint it up a little.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna get a trim. I'm gonna put a bezeled like crown trim around it.
Oh, okay.
It'll extend to the wall. It'll give it a little character. But yeah, when you're requesting a lift, we went over why you would need it. If there's no beam running across. Let's say it's 15 feet high, and there's no beam running across where you can get your ladder on, right? And the line's just running through open space. You're probably going to need a lift. You can't do nothing with that. But if you can get on a ladder with it comfortably and you can get it, most likely the lift's going to get kicked back. And we don't need it. Let's not do it. But if you do need it, I definitely want it on there, and I don't want you trying to use the Lowe's equipment to do it. The main reason I was even talking about that is I want you guys to make sure you're taking the A-frame ladder, putting it out, and getting your photo. And that's really it. If you're putting insulation on your quote and it comes back looking like garbage, just know that I'm going to make you redo it. I did a whole installation class. I still have videos on it if y'all want it to show you how to properly cut your insulation and do all of that. I look at insulation kind of like, and I'm only going to use this because I literally just trimmed out this whiteboard, but kind of like this whiteboard, all your corners meet correctly and make correct turns, and they butt up. If it doesn't butt up correctly, your insulation's kind of pointless because you're leaving spaces to let air hit it, which is the main point of insulation, is to A, keep heat in, and B, stop the wind from hitting it, right? And that's about what I got on that. If you're putting insulation, make sure it looks good. Make sure the lines are bracketed up good. These are things you can get extra money on. And if you need a lift, make sure you use it. Just make sure that you quote it properly. You need to put how many breaks you got on the line, and you need to have a photo with the ladder.
Okay, so in a Lowe's garden center, correct me if I'm wrong, I kind of feel like the insulation out there is really pointless. Insulation is to keep heat in. There's no heat coming from that cold water.
How do you know? Why do you say that?
Because you could.
Depending on where the water's coming from, I mean, technically that water could have a geothermal effect to it, right?
Potentially, I reckon.
depending on how deep it is.
Potentially.
But the installation is never pointless. I mean, it could save them if it just got left off for a shorter period of time. You know, it's not pointless. Let's say the wind chill is colder than it actually is, and it's keeping that wind off of it. I mean, there's many reasons why it's not pointless. I mean, up north we're huge on insulation, so I mean, I'm gonna say it's not pointless. When you are doing these drip legs, guys, there's gonna be a quick, stupid drawing, right? You come down and you have your little spigot, right? A big thing you can do is how they used to be set up before people got in there and started molesting all of them, right? You would have a ball valve here, boom. So you'd come down, you'd have a T, you'd have your spigot, and then this would be a drain down here with just a ball valve on it. And if you want to get real fancy, I mean, you could probably put like a female and then a plug in the female, right? Just for extra protection in case somebody hits that ball valve. And then if everything's pitched correctly, everything will drain out to all your different drops that you have in the system, and it could all drain out correctly. So when I know that when I was a technician, I was going around doing these, and I would do a full system, I would pitch my lines to where they all pitched down to your drops. When you came off and you ran into a different section, I would have them pitched to my drops, and then I would have them pitched to a main drain that I had on the system as well at the end. I mean, it's just more money for me, and if you word it correctly and you sell it correctly, you can do things like that. And you make it look good and it all comes out good. That's extra money in your pocket. You know, that's where, and I can do that probably quicker than you can pipe in a whole garden center. I can make it pitched and really nice, and I'll probably still be done before you guys are. Just a little thing. You'll notice this at a lot of different garden centers in different places, Walmart, yada, yada, yada. They have drains. And it seems kind of stupid, but it just lets it drain easier.
They had one at the Lowe's I was at, but the lines were dang near flat, and so there was no pitch for the water to really escape. So you can let the water out, but the water that's in the horizontal lines just kind of stays there.
And that's going to really be it for today.